All right, Shalom. This is Harold One by Yasha Allah of the GMS Lionz Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, and Shalom to you Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and the truth. Yo, this is Sirach 39 and 28. This is a little finishing up on the lesson topic dealing with Leviathan. We couldn't finish it out there at camp, so I'm just knocking it out. The last few scriptures that I had in mind. All right, because as you saw when we was out there teaching, we went through the breakdowns dealing with Leviathan, with it meaning, the scriptures where it was dealing with Esau, and the scriptures where one was dealing with Pharaoh, and then this one's dealing with the actual Godzilla, the actual beast or animal out in the sea that the Most High is preserving and has hidden. And he's going to release him on the earth in the last days, all right? So this is Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. All right, it says what? 30, verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts. All right, teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents. All right, serpents meaning dragons, serpents, snakes, gators. Actual Godzilla itself, what we call Leviathan. And it says, and a sword punishing the wicked, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So he created all of that, man. The missiles, destruction itself. Right? Because the scripture say in Isaiah, he created the smith that blew up the coal in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument to destroy. All right? The waster. Anyway. So all of these are created to appease the Most High. So in the last days, he's going to let loose Leviathan upon the earth to destroy, Esau being the dragon, all right, spiritually speaking. So he's going to release what you call Leviathan, which is like the top animal on the earth right now. All right. Like you got the king of the jungle, the top animal out of all the animals is going to end up being Leviathan. This is Psalms 104 and 24. And it says, O Yahweh, how manifold are thy works. In wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy riches. Right, he wrote out the whole story in detail, man. All our lives, he predestined our footsteps and our paths from the beginning through many lifetimes, man. It predestined these animals' existences too, as well, and the stories that we lived through and played out in this theater upon the earth. All right? And it says, the earth is full of thy riches, meaning his creations. 25, so is this great and wide sea, wherein are things creeping innumerable, right? Because Esau, they'll make you think they searched out everything. And Esau hasn't searched out everything. The Most High's creations are unsearchable. His ways are unsearchable. You can't find the end of them. All right? And Esau never dug into every part of the earth, the bottom of the ocean, every part. Has not gone out far into space. And it says, what? So is this great and wide sea, wherein are things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts. And that's bigger than the whale. All right? The whale was created in the beginning, but it's bigger than that. It says, there go the ships. There is that Leviathan, whom thou hast made to play therein. These wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in due season. that thou givest them, they gather. Thou openest thine hand, and they are filled with good, man. All right. So basically, man, that talking about the ships in the sea, Leviathan gonna come out of that water and go against the other Leviathan, which would be NATO, America, you know, and European Union and these other nations. All those ships gonna be in the sea, and Leviathan gonna come out that water and tear their ass up, scare the shit out of their ass, man. Like real soon, at any time. We in them days, man. All right. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 29. Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures. The one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. All right, Enoch represents man, and Leviathan represents the beast of the sea. All right, and didst separate one from the other, for the 7th part, namely where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest 1 part which was dried up the 3rd day, which is the land, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part, namely the moist, and has kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and when. Right, so people will teach that that's talking about, you know, the top dragon Leviathan, you know, but that's not talking about that. That's talking about just the animals of the sea, all right, the reptiles in the water, or the, what you call the whales and all that shit, man. I don't think a whale is a reptile, but yeah. You know, so all of the animals in the sea, that's what that's talking about, to be devoured. What? To be devoured of whom thou wilt and when. This is Job 41 and 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan? See, this is the Leviathan that's talking about Godzilla, all right? That Leviathan in Ezra's, all right, 2nd Ezra 6 and 49, that's not talking about the top animal of the sea, which would be Leviathan, you know? Because that's a land animal too. The Most High's got it hidden right now, got it stashed. All right, so it says, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord, with which thou lettest down? All right, and Leviathan would be like a giant iguana, if you want to call it that, man. If you could picture an iguana, a huge ass iguana. All right, it says right here, it says Leviathan, a noun, late 14th century, meaning 1400s AD. It says sea monster, sea serpent, sometimes regarded as a form of Satan. See that? So that's talking about Esau at certain points, and at certain times it's talking about a real sea monster, and then it's talking about a sea serpent, all right, or actual government, you know, actual establishment, which would be like the European Union, NATO, and America as dragons itself, as Leviathan. It says regarded as a form of Satan. From late Latin Leviathan, from Hebrew Leviathan, dragon, serpent, huge sea animal of unknown origin, perhaps from root Lawaya, to wind, turn, twist, on the notion of a serpent's coil. That's what they call them, twisting serpent, meaning and when they talking about Esau, it's talking about a twisted doctrine, a wicked ass spirit, all right, a crooked nation. All right. So it says, people crazy out here nowadays, man. God damn. Anyway. So it says, if so, dude, I'm sitting in the car, dude, damn near fucking hit my damn door with his car. But anyway, it says, if so, related to Hebrew, Lawaya, I'll look it up if I need to say it in Hebrew, but it says reef. So a reef, was that a stronghold, basically, man? All right. A reef, man. To bend, to twist. Of powerful persons or things. Man, yo. All right, so every time you hear Leviathan in the Bible, it's not talking about an actual Godzilla. You know, this lesson I'm speaking of right now is talking about Godzilla. But if you look at the prior lessons on the page of this page, you know, we went in and broke it down that a lot of times when it says Leviathan, it's not talking about actual Godzilla. A lot of times it's talking about Esau, the so-called white man, and the system that they created. Then sometimes it's actually talking about, one time it's talking about Pharaoh, or just, what do you say, powerful persons, man. All right. And another time it's talking about the actual whales and animals of the sea. All right, now am I for sure that it's going to be a damn iguana? No, I'm just saying, you know, if you once we read the scripture, it's basically describing a giant, you know, a fucking giant dragon, something that moves on its belly, like an iguana does, and long tail, spikes down its back, you know, but it breathes fire though, so that lets you know it's not talking about an alligator or some small ass animal, you know. And sometimes it's talking about actual naval ships that shoot out missiles. But this time it's talking about an actual dragon. All right. So it says in Job 41, it's talking about an actual dragon. It says marine iguana, meaning a lizard that swims. The marine iguana, also known as Galapagos, however you say that. Marine iguana is a species of iguana found only on the Galapagos Islands, Ecuador, that has the ability, unique among modern lizards, to forage in the sea, making it a marine reptile. This iguana feeds almost exclusively on algae. So I mean, it'd be living at the bottom of the sea and eating off algae, you know. It can exist down there, but this small iguana can only last an hour underwater. But imagine something huge, man. That the Lord said, the scriptures say it actually leaves a fire trail behind it when it goes through the water, you know, and breathes fire out, and nothing can pierce it. All right. But it says, making it a marine, to forage in the sea, making it a marine reptile. This iguana feeds almost exclusively on algae, and large males dive to find this food source. All right, so you know, I'm not saying that this is actual what it's gonna be, man. So don't start that bullshit. What I'm saying is, in reference to this iguana, that it is possible for a lizard type of animal to be able to exist underwater. All right. So now this is what it's talking about, where it says like a coil, meaning like the tail like a snake, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and get the scripture real quick. All right, this is Job 41:1. Canst thou draw Leviathan with a hook? It says, or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down. All right, you can't go and just go fishing for this type of animal. You know, you can't just go grab it like you grab a crocodile. A lot of churches teach that just talking about a damn alligator, but an alligator don't breathe fire. All right, and it says, canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw with a thorn, like you do any other fish, you know? Or it says, will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Right, you ain't gonna be able to catch this and take this home. Esau always like to catch shit and take it home. You know, every time they see something, they gotta kill it. All the movies, they see King Kong, they gotta kill it. They see Godzilla in the movie, they gotta kill it and bring it home and carry it to America and all that. But they're not gonna be able to do that with the real Leviathan, man, because it's gonna be sent by the Most High, created by the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And they're gonna have to worry about Yahushai and the angels and destruction coming to this place. Man. All right, it's about to be all hell breaking loose, man. Apparitions. Most High brought to, let out all the tricks in the bag, man. And it says, wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Like a party, they ain't gonna be able to celebrate and fucking chop him up and eat him. All right, shall they part him among the merchants? They're not gonna be able to. Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons? Or his head with fish spears? And it says, lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Right? Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? Wow, man. So anybody try to step up to this dang on animal, they're gonna be cast down, man. And it's gonna be the same way if they try to step up to the elect or Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, they're gonna be cast down. And this is the beast, the animal that he's talking about here. And it says, none is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before him, before me? Wow, before me. So who is able to stand before Yahweh Shai if you can't stand before this animal? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm gonna read that again. None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Wow, man. Who have prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. Wow, man. So the Lord not gonna come to this earth and kill Leviathan, man, the actual Godzilla. He gonna come and destroy Leviathan, Esau. All right? That's what he talking about. That's what he mean when he say he gonna destroy Leviathan. So it says, I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? All right? His teeth are terrible round about. Wow, man. His scales are his pride. Shut up together as with a closed seal. Man, there ain't no space between them things, man, between the scales. You can't stick nothing up in them. You can't pierce them and try to shoot them. Nothing could get to them, man. Sealed up tight. It says, one is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered, meaning separated. But his neesings a light doth shine, meaning his nose is sneezing. When he sneezes, or chemical builds up and he blow out fire, man. Illumination, light. And it says his eyes are like hiding the eyelids of the morning. Wow, man, he got eyes light up too. Just talking about fucking Godzilla, man, damn animal. All right, out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils go smoke as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone, man. So the Most High made this powerful, powerful, great animal, man. He measured everything perfectly with his understanding, created this animal to be more powerful than anything that man could create. And he said, if you can't stand up to that, how you gonna stand before him or before his children? All right? And it says, his heart is as firm as stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. That's talking about these damn troops, the police, these troops, man, the NATO and America, they gonna be bitching. All right, so like you see in the Godzilla movie, they was Godzilla and crying and running. That's how it's gonna be. You know, but it ain't gonna be no good ending for them. You know, they always have America wins, but they ain't gonna win at the end of this one. It says, when he raiseth up, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings, they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold. The spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. So none of these weapons can work against this animal. All right? And nobody can hold it against this animal, man. Nobody's strong enough to do that. He esteemeth iron as a straw. Iron, man. He takes iron as straw. You take straw, you just bend it with your finger like it's nothing. And he treats iron like that. That's one of the strongest metals, man. All right, it says what is it? Where was I? Okay, verse 27. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. Wow, man. The arrow cannot make him flee, meaning the missiles is not gonna run him away. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. There's gonna be nothing to him, man. The Most High made him that strong, man. He's a spiritual animal. All right. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear, man. Shaking of a gun or a spear or anything, man. A missile, planes, jets, nuclear missile, anything. It ain't gonna be able to stop this animal, right? So it says, sharp stones are under him, meaning he moves on his belly, right? It moves around on his belly, and the scales under it is like sharp stones. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp, pointing things upon the mire. Wow, man. So talking about damn claws and shit. All right. So it says, he maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. All right, there was one brother did a video on the Leviathan saying it was an animal at the bottom of the sea, and it was causing a big stir. You know, I forgot where he said it was at though, man. But hey, it could be not. You never know. But it said it causes a boiling at the pot. So even underwater, this animal ain't no joke. So you can get your submarines too. And it says, he maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be white or hoary, man. Like glowing and shit. Upon earth there is none like, none, there is not his like, who is made without fear, man. So there's no other animal like him that's on the earth right now. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. So even over Esau, this animal, man, is gonna, you know, gonna crush Esau's pride. You could use this for Esau too, but this is talking about the actual animal, right? This is Daniel chapter 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time, same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, man. So in that time, you're gonna have wild beasts upon the earth going fucking crazy. And you're gonna let loose Leviathan. You know, you're gonna have teeth of wild beasts. You're gonna have famine, fire, you know, pestilence, you know, deception, death, killings, murder. Everything gonna rear its ugly face, man. The devil, gonna be running rampant into destruction, and you ain't gonna want to be here in that day. So you supposed to seek salvation now. Seek your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai now. Or he got Leviathan for you, and this shit ain't no joke. You know, shit ain't no joke, man. They have Godzilla and all these goddamn movies, but Leviathan is real, man. This is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. You know, you're supposed to get the light now. All right? You're supposed to try to chase the light now. Because in that day, it's going to be pure utter darkness upon this earth, man. At least you have a candle available now, which is the word. But then when that famine of the word hits, and then he take the children of Israel off this earth, it's gonna be all hell. The earth is gonna be fully hell then, man. All right, it says, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? All right, so your worst nightmares, that's what he's saying, man. And people like, nah, that's impossible. He say, what do you think the day of the Lord is going to be then? All roses and he come down and just protect everybody? No, man. You know, he's no respecter of persons. He has a reward. He has a reward for the righteous and a judgment for the wicked. And that's just it, man.